What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Space Arena, Ground Arena, a very special edition. The whole crew is here. And real quick, how you guys doing?
Well.
All right, so this is going to be a much shorter, quick, little mini-sode because we got a surprise from Fantasy Flight Games. So they send us over some preview cards, and we won't drag it out too much. We will get right into it. So, as everyone knows, Legends of the Force preview season is here. We are in it. So yeah, there's the two cards FFG sent us um, for Legends of the Force. Take a second, breathe it in, ask in the ambiance of new cards.
See some things I like already. Ones too. Yeah, I like both. I don't know.
So we'll go over the first one is a Purge Trooper. It is a 3-cost aggression villainy unit with 4 attack, 2 health. It is Imperial and Trooper traded, and it says when played, you may deal 2 damage to a Force unit. I know these guys from Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I don't know if they were in comics or anything before that, but that's definitely where I know them from. Mr. Ben, what are your thoughts on the Purge Trooper?
I mean, this is exactly the kind of card you want in an aggressively slanted deck. 4 attack on for 3 feels good. The ability to essentially convert that to 6 damage on board if your opponent's playing ball and doing what you need them to do. Presumably, they will have force units, particularly in like a limited environment where you know they're going to have to be running some force units just to fill their curve. This seems like a killer card in limited and certainly playable in dark side. I think this card fits into multiple deck types, like Mr. Ben said. If you are going to be playing an aggression villainy deck that just wants to go face and you have initiative, getting a 4 power or 4 attack unit on that second turn is pretty amazing. Even if the ability was blank, you'd be pretty happy with it as long as you can take that damage face. And if you can ping a force unit, this can be a really good mid-range or control thing, especially against an aggressive force deck. So if you're not on the play, then maybe you don't mind this, especially in limited. I think that's where it's really going to shine. But also really good traits. Imperial and Trooper both have a lot of synergy across all 4 sets that are out there already. So we can find a ton of uses for Imperial cards and Trooper cards. I'm looking at this in like a Tarkin deck, which would be cool, just to be able to buff this character up. But really excited.
Yeah, I don't have anything more to add. I think you guys hit all the good stuff. So we'll move right on to the next one. It's a 3-cost Vigilance Event Crushing Blow. It's a tactic. Defeat a non-leader unit that costs 2 or less. And the artwork is this sweet Dark Trooper with a giant metal cricket bat. Pretty cool. Dan, what do you think about Crushing Blow?
Let's hear what you think. You didn't get to talk on the last card.
I think it's all right. I don't know that it's better than like Power of the Dark Side, but that gives your opponent choice. So if you set this up, it's a cheap removal option. There's lots of cards out there that deal damage to units, like the Purge Trooper, so you can set it up. Um, I think it's a fine removal option.
I agree. I think that it is not as good as Power of the Dark Side, but doesn't require the villainy tag. So this is really good for vigilance, heroism characters that might want this. And also, it's just more chances to draw into that power in your opening hand. Right, a lot of blue villainy decks rely on passing round 1 or claiming initiative, playing Power of the Dark Side, and then playing Lieutenant Childson. So now you've got 6 cards that act like a Power of the Dark Side on that first turn, because if your opponent plays a 2-drop, you're able to just delete it off the board. Now, if they play 2 1-drops, that's going to be sort of like the counter to this, right? If they think you're running this, they might play 2 1-drops. That way, you only get rid of one thing off the board, and they start to build board. But I think it's a great card, especially for the cost. And I'm happy to see different types of removal that aren't always just the same delete a thing. It's delete a thing with a different condition. Mr.
Before Ben gives his thoughts, I just have to interject real quick. And I read the words, but a completely different thing came into my head. What I understood was defeat a non-leader unit. Not that it costs 2 or less. I know those are the words I read, but in my mind, it was with 2 or less health remaining.
This is way
That's on
better than
me.
that, I think. Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't
this is
know.
way better than
It's
that.
not
Yeah,
good when you
so
draw into it late game, right? So there's balance.
no. No, yeah, this is definitely, yeah, it's better than
When
what
you
my
made the
mind
comment about
registered it
Purge
being. So,
Trooper activating it, I was like, I think Banana might have misunderstood the card.
well, I read the words. It just my brain registered something completely different. So
We've all done
that's
that.
on me. But yeah, Ben,
This is exactly my kind of card,
what are your
man.
thoughts,
Pay
Ben?
pay a cheap cost, delete a thing. The comparisons to Power of the Dark Side are pretty clear, but it's going to be much less good late in the game. It is a little interesting to me that it says defeat a non-leader unit. Uh, are we going to get leaders that cost like one? Presumably, that's design space that we could eventually see.
The thing that so when pilot leaders deploy onto
Sure.
a vehicle, right? They are considered leader units, all of them except for Poe, I think. So that
Well,
would
that
be a
makes
case
sense.
where you'd be able to
Um,
defeat
on
a two
top of
cost
being
leader
great
unit.
mechanically, this card has like Cloud Strife with the Buster Sword type vibes. Like this art is fantastic. So yeah, a complete banger. This is something that's going to make its way into like all my decks.
Put this on a playmat.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What do you think you'll run in a vigilance, a villainy deck? Do you think you'd run 3 Power of the Dark Side and 3 of this, or would you go 3 and 2 or 3 and 1 just to increase your odds early on?
I mean, it's going to be a little bit meta dependent, but if you're worried about the kind of things that I feel like control-y villain decks are worried about, eh, Sabine, other aggressive heroes that want to like swarm the board, having access to 6 copies of this type of effect, pay 3, kill a 2 cost is great. If you run into other like controlling matchups, maybe it gets sideboarded out for like heavier duty removal in those situations. But going in cold, like my default deck list, I totally think I could go 3 of these and 3 Power of the Dark Side and feel great about it.
I'd probably do like a 2-2, but I'm not the control guy like you are.
I mean, you play units in your deck, so you got to make room somewhere.
We just like to
Listen,
have fun. Units are fun, okay?
yeah,
They
units are
are,
fun.
that's true.
Like, all right. Anything else on R2 preview cards?
Appreciate FFG throwing this our way.
Nope. All right. Yeah, of course. Shout out to Xander and the team at Fantasy Flight Games for hooking us up with some preview cards. It's always a privilege to be able to share new stuff with the community. So, big thanks to the folks at Fantasy Flight Games. I feel like now that we got to show off our preview card, like it's real. Like this is happening. Legends of the Force is coming, and there's nothing we can do about it.
It's an
All
exciting
right.
time.
Well, I think that's gonna wrap it up for us. Was that?
I was just
I
saying the
didn't hear what
release
you
is
said there.
exciting stuff, man. It's an exciting time.
Yeah. 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 The train keeps rolling. Thanks for checking out the cards FFG sent to us. Excited to see what you guys build with these cards, and we will see you in the arenas.